How old were you when you first started rapping?
Hmm, my early 20s, early 20s and shit.
Early 20s, that's a little bit later than a lot of people that tell me. A lot of people who say, they're young teens or, like even like 5, 6, 7 years old type style. What made you get into it in your early 20s?
I started rapping in my teens, but I didn't take it serious until like my early 20s and
Okay.
shit.
When was your first battle?
Early 2000s, probably with I say like Jae Millz, Jae Millz off camera.
How'd that go?
Yeah, I killed him.
Killed him?
Nah, he shout out to Jae Millz. He would normally tell you, like, you know what I'm saying. It's not. It was just like we're from the same hood, so a few blocks away. His his dudes is talking shit, and my dudes is talking, and it was like that.
Well, how did you get plugged with Fight Club and all that back in the days?
Guy by the name of Charlie Clips.
Yeah, sure, okay.
Charlie Clips. He's a little younger than me, and I had gotten some trouble a long time ago when I had to do a little bit of time. So I came home, and he knew how. This was after like the Jae Millz battle. I had to do the time. I came back, so my legacy preceded me when I was doing it. So he was like, "Yo, it's a place where they actually paying dudes to battle." I said, "Word," and he put me on. He was like, "Yeah, I had went there last week with somebody else, and da da da." So I went there, and it was just etched in snow. I was paying my bills and all my friends' bills off of just bets and shit, battles.
How much, type of earnings were you getting back then?
Um, it was thousands of dollars. It started off small, like 500, and then friends of mine would come and they would be like, all right, they make their side bets with the other side's entourage. It'd be like, but truthfully, they didn't want to promote that part of what they was doing because they was in the pre-stages of getting MTV exposure. So they didn't want to have like gambling was it's kind of illegal to do this stuff like that.
Well, how do you feel about, the progression of battle rap coming from back then where you're telling me basically the money was generated from, bets and stuff like that and it would only go towards the winner, correct?
Exactly.
To now, you have pre-battle purses set, 10 racks in the contract, stuff like that.
I mean, it's much different. It's much different because, like back in the day, I mean, I ain't gonna say back in the day when we was doing Fight Club. Like you said, the winner only gets paid, and B, they tell you if you lose at the end of the battle, and C, you didn't know who you was battling. You just had to come, and they would just amongst the Fight Club staff, they already have like who they want to do, and they did it like that for a reason. So now it's like both sides. I heard get paid, and it ain't no winner or loser declared, and you know what I'm saying, and ahead of time who you battling. So that's the difference.
How did that work out for you? You know what I'm saying? When you come into a room, I mean, I box, so in the amateurs, a lot of times you'll just go to a show and they'll have a room of like 50 fighters and you gotta wait till like 10 minutes before the show starts. All right, you fighting this dude, and you don't know who you're gonna go up against, Southpaw, Orthodox, whatever. So how did that work for rapping where it's like, okay, you got a battle, but you have no idea who you're gonna be spitting against? Do you have to craft, freestyle? Do you kind of have generalized bars that you could use towards anybody or what?
A little bit of everything. When I first came, I just had anybody bars. Like, it can go for anybody. And, like battling in the streets, when we was talking mess, we never knew who we was gonna battle. So it was just like it was universal bars I could say that's gonna kill. It's gonna go for anybody. But the the way they doing it now is like they just spoil you with it. You know what I'm saying? They just spoil because you get to know you ahead of time who you gonna battle, which is cool. We put on a good show and it mirrors, like you said, boxing. You know what I'm saying? Because with boxing you get a certain amount of time to prepare for your fight. I'm good with that. I'm good with that, but I'm just letting you know how hard it was when we was coming up. doing it.
Well, I was watching your battle. His name was like Gorilla Pimp or something.
Yeah, ironically, I thought that was his name too when I battled. This just lets you further know that I didn't know what the hell. We didn't know who he was battling. Yeah, I thought his name was Gorilla Pimp, but I think his real name is Sam Scar. That just let you know he was just a drop of a dime. We will all come like, and they just call us out. 40 Cal versus da 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 da. Come to the stage. Come to the the pool table, whatever they had. And that's another thing. They got a pool table. We had a pool table, so it was like, yo, this is like, you ain't got nobody swinging on nobody. If you could swing over that pool table, you bad. You know what I'm saying? It was like, and they had a stutter rule too.
What was the stutter rule?
If you stuttered, you lost that round.
Well, you mentioned swinging and stuff. Now battle rap, since there's no more pool tables, nothing like that. You up in each other's faces. People be poking dudes, bumping shoulders, whatever. Fights break out every now and then. How do you feel about the certain incidents that have occurred?
That is messing the game up, but I just think it should just be better stipulations when it comes to that. Like, if you're gonna battle somebody, they should, like, if you fight, your money should be forfeited. And it should be like rules like, all right, a 1 feet rule, like, you know what I'm saying? Give that man some space, because I don't know. I came up for more jail kind of guys rapping, you know what I'm saying? And you in their face spitting, it's like, my dude, you just gonna stop the battle and be like, yo, you spitting on me, like, And I understand it's a show now and it's a bigger platform for guys to do their thing, but it's like, yo, you gotta like make some better stipulations, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, cause I don't know. I'm not condone nobody that fight during a battle, and nor do I support it, but they just got to make better rules with that.